Why do some of the most successful people in the world admit they feel fear every single day? And how do they still manage to thrive while most of us hold back? Welcome to the Growth Channel, where we review and curate the best conversations on self-development, personal growth, and performance. We break down the world's brightest minds into actionable lessons you can apply today. And here's the best part. We save you hours by curating the insights first. So you can decide if the full episode is worth your time. All right, let's dive in. Let's start with James. James isn't a superhero. He's just like you and me, ambitious but stuck. He's afraid of failing if he puts himself out there. Maybe it's starting a side hustle. Maybe it's speaking up in a meeting. James's story, it's the story of most of us. And this is where Brené Brown's conversation with Tim Ferriss comes in. Because Brené reveals the truth about fear, courage, and what it really takes to step into the arena. Stick with me till the end, and you'll see how James, our everyman, takes his very first steps forward. Brené says, afraid and brave can coexist. That's exactly what James needs to hear. He doesn't have to wait until fear disappears. Fear is the ticket to courage. Next time you feel fear, don't fight it. Say, I'm scared and I'm still going. That's what James did when he finally drafted that scary email. Not perfect, but he sent it. Brené also says, you have to choose comfort or courage. You just can't have both. James realized comfort, scrolling, avoiding, overthinking, was keeping him stuck. Practical step: pick one uncomfortable action this week. Just one. James spoke up in a team call. He stumbled, hesitated, but he did it, and that one tiny step mattered more than staying silent again. Roosevelt's words hit James hard. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, marred by dust, sweat, and blood. James realized he had been sitting in the stands, afraid of criticism, afraid of failing. So for James, you and me, identify your arena. Where do you need to show up? For James, it was publishing his first blog post. Not perfect, not polished, but real. And once it was out there, the fear lost some of its power. Brené further mentions that shame is I am bad, guilt is I did something bad. James had always thought mistakes meant he was a failure, but now he saw the difference. For you, write down one mistake you've been holding on to. Reframe it as guilt, not shame. Instead of, I'm a loser, say, that was a bad decision. James did this, and instantly the weight felt lighter. Next, Brené asks, is your ladder leaning against the right building? James realized he'd been climbing the wrong one, chasing someone else's version of success. Tim Ferriss reminds us top performers aren't flawless superheroes. They're humans who doubled down on a couple of strengths. Audit your ladder, where's it leaning? James realized his was propped against the wrong wall, so he started to pivot. And finally, Tim talks about performance-enhancing details, tiny habits that compound into massive results. So this week, your action point is to pick one small habit, just one. For James, it was journaling 5 minutes a day, nothing fancy, but it shifted his mindset and proved he could be consistent, and consistency is progress. So here's the thing, James isn't a hero yet. He hasn't built an empire, he hasn't conquered the world, but he's done something more important. He's stepped into the arena, he's learned that fear and courage walk together. That discomfort is growth, and that tiny, consistent actions matter more than waiting for the perfect plan. And if James can do that, we all can too. If this breakdown saved you time and gave you clarity, hit subscribe right now, because here at the Growth Channel, we do the heavy lifting. We curate, simplify, and give you instant takeaways so you can decide which full conversations are worth diving deeper into. And next time, we are diving into Ali Abdaal's Deep Dive podcast with Weitzman, where they explore goals and the secret to accomplishing anything. Trust me, you don't want to miss that one.